Hello and welcome to your reading. This is the Awakened Jenn. All right, so we are looking into the week of 3/3 through 3/9. And as I was sitting to prepare for this, the messages that I was getting was just the overall is everything is okay. Everything is okay. All is working out as it should. And I think that that's an important message really to start out with, because the energies that we've been dealing with for the past month, for sure. I mean, February itself was just, it was hard. There was a whole lot of lessons that came out in February that I wasn't ready for myself. And I've talked with enough people to know that I wasn't the only one going through stuff. Hi, Mary. Thank you for joining me. So I've been doing a whole lot of processing myself, just trying to figure out what is going on and what do I need to do with all of the energy. And so I've looked into, what the astrology is doing for, hi guys. I've looked into what the astrology is doing for the next week. And so we're kind of sitting still with the astrology for the next week. Everything is still kind of where it's been. We've got 3 planets in Aquarius, which is Pluto, Mars, and Venus still. And then 4 planets in Pisces. We have Saturn, the Sun, Mercury, and Neptune. Oh, wow. We've got a lot of people this morning. So I think just whatever we've been dealing with, just kind of hold tight. We're still in that energy. The shift is going to come on the 10th. I think that's when Mercury is going to move into, where's it at? It's in Pisces now, and it's going to move into Aries at that point. But I mean, we're kind of just sitting still right now with what we've already been working with. And then the numbers that I've got, the messages that I got in for the angel numbers, I've got 344, 303, and 1122. So 344, your life is in alignment. That was kind of shocking to me when I really sat and thought about it, because I'm like, I don't feel like I'm in alignment at all right now. Everything feels just very out of place. And I think that reminder was about, okay, we've continued to level up. We're not aligned with the old life anymore. Like, that's the pieces that are falling away. That's what we're feeling. All of the shifts that we've been feeling is the things that were out of alignment are coming away from us. And it's making us feel like that maybe we aren't in alignment with where we're wanting to be. But that's actually the proof, when these things are falling away that aren't in alignment with that life, that you are still on the right path. 344, stay open to what life brings you. Nothing is wrong. Trust that everything is happening for a reason. So another part that I connected with all of that too was, so with the Venus-Mars situation that was happening in Aquarius in February, that I think caused a lot of processing for most of us, especially in relationships. It was a relationship reset. And in all of your connections, not just in like the romantic connections, it was all the connections were kind of getting kind of re-looked at and processed through. It was very emotional for me, and for most of the people that I have talked to, like just really working through these energies to see what is working for us and what isn't. Where are we truly aligned and where are we not in alignment? And so 344 just continues to remind us, that like, that those things, nothing is wrong, even if it doesn't look the way that you expected it to look. Nothing is wrong, even if it doesn't look like how you thought it was, because I had my own expectations of how I thought all of that was going to look, and it did not turn out the way that I thought that it was going to look. But the message just keeps coming back. You're not wrong. You're not in the wrong place, because I was questioning things so much that I thought I made all the wrong choices for probably the past 5 years. Like, I've re-questioned everything that I have been doing, and should I be doing this, and should I go this way? And like, I was very ungrounded in this energy. So I needed that message right there of just, you're right where you're supposed to be. Like, everything is on path, on plan. Just keep trusting this process. And so with the other messages that came out, we have 303. So I actually got these cards this week, the angel number oracle cards. And so I pulled out the 3, it's 0303. taking chances, success, knowledge, friendship, impatience, freedom, optimism. When chances present themselves, seize them and do something out of the ordinary. Whether in your professional or personal life, you will find success by welcoming creative impulses and having faith in your own abilities. Trust in chance and take risks and opportunities that could change your life for the better. So the biggest part of 303 that I took from it was just the trust, just trusting. And it's more peace is coming in and trusting that everything is okay. We're still on the path. And then for 1122, we have great shift, personal growth, spiritual development, and manifesting goals, oneness, connection, and completion. First, focus on the positive changes occurring due to your efforts. Okay, that's important. What is going right in your life right now? Because if everything feels like it's falling apart, you've got to be able to focus on where's the wins? Where am I doing right? Then expand your horizons and permit yourself to try something new. So many positive shifts are in store for you. The world around you is changing in favor of your intentions. So all of these messages were very, very positive despite the energies that I've been feeling and managing. And so I'm hoping that that's what you can take away from this too, is that no matter what you've been going through, it was all with purpose, that we have lessons that we're still needing to be learned. We have things that were still in our life that were holding us back from where we were trying to get to. And that's what it's all been used for. All right, so let's go ahead and take 3 deep breaths, and then we'll do the invocation to call in the spirit team. So close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths with me. Breathe in. That's 1. Breathe in. That's 2. Breathe in. That's 3. I now call in my angels, archangels, ascended masters, my higher self, and guardian angels to please enter this present space and time. I call upon Archangel Michael to place a bubble of protection around us. Only beings of the highest vibration of pure love and light may enter in. So be it. All right. So with all of that I've already said about everything's okay, just kind of understanding that no matter what's going on around us, it's still working us to where we're trying to get to. I'm going to look at things from that perspective. I got a lot of new decks in this week. I didn't actually know that was going to happen. I ordered a couple of decks. I ordered the Angel number 1 and the Angel Guide. But then I'm also part of the Hay House subscription. And so that box came in and I got the Golden Future, the Secrets of the Ancestors, and the Animal Guides. This is a tarot deck. This one is really cool. I'm going to have to spend some time with it just to kind of because it's different in that, let's see. Instead of this being wands, it's the Ace of Fire. Or this one being cups, it's the Ace of Water. So I'm going to have to kind of relearn, my brain process about how to use this deck. But I'm really excited about how these messages are going to deepen my readings too. So I'm going to use a couple of these decks, but not all of them, to pull from today. So I'm going with the Angel Guide. We'll pull some angel messages from here, and then the Golden Future. And then I'll use probably my Mermaid Tarot to pull the spread from. All right. So let's go ahead and start pulling some angel messages. All right. So I'm going to set intentions as I shuffle. I set the intention that anyone who comes across this message today will find something in here for them. I set the intention that all the messages that come out will be for our highest good. And I set the intention that I will be given very clear messages, be given all the right words, phrases, and anything needed in order to communicate the message as clearly as possible so that it can be received as it was intended. All right. So if you are new, welcome. If not, welcome back. If you find value in this video, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to this channel. You can hit the bell for notifications and it will let you know every time I post a new video. Right now, I'm doing a weekly live on Saturdays, and that's all I have time for right now. So that's what you get. All right. So let's see. What guidance did the angels have for us this week going in with all of this energy that we've been dealing with and just understanding everything is okay? I want to understand what was the purpose of all of it, though. Like, what were we supposed to be taking away from it? Okay. Intuition and download. So I think intuition is the part that I'm connecting the most with all of this, is because as all of the energy shifted so fast, and it did not feel like I knew which direction to go. Like, you had to connect so much to what you knew was right for you. You really had to trust yourself in these. I did in these past few weeks, in these energies. You had to trust. Yeah, that's the connection I have on that one, is the intuition piece. Do the work. Okay, so there were still some things in place that were holding us back from where we were trying to go. So you can't bypass those things. And ease and grace. So the grace part is the part I'm connecting on that. And I know that I didn't actually give myself a whole lot of grace this past month, and especially this past week. I definitely didn't have grace for myself. Okay, so intuition and downloads. 62. You're a light worker. This means that you have the capacity to bring light to the earth through your presence and purpose. Even though you may feel sensitive and overwhelmed, know that your gifts are stronger now and your psychic muscles are moving. You're being encouraged to look beyond what your physical eyes are showing you. You may want to use your pickup to you may want to use what you pick up to plan ahead. If so, it's important to keep your mind and energy focused on the best possible outcome. Be aware of the signs and symbols showing up at this time. Your angels are sending you important messages that will help you move forward in your life. Call upon them to help you connect deeply with the spiritual vision that is opening up within you. Okay, so the couple of things that were coming to me through that was, one, the first part was releasing the outcome, not holding so tight on the outcome. Like, you have the vision for where you're trying to get to, but you need to release the expectation of how it needs to look when it shows up. And that has been, probably one of my biggest hurdles, is just that I have this whole idea of how it needs to look, like who all is going to be there, like where it's going to be at, this person's going to do this. I will plan everything. Like, this is part of the autism. Like, we will plan our conversations. We will do everything ahead of time mentally. We have such this big internal world. Like, I need to know everything that's happening before it actually happens. I want to know, like, what is this person going to say? Where are they going to be standing? Like, I need to know where everything is, everything at all times. That's not how life really works, though. And that's how you can get yourself really disappointed very quickly, is by, trying to control that much of what's going on. You've got to have the vision for, this is what I'm trying to attain, but have it broad enough that, like, it can show up in multiple ways. Because if it's so specific that it has to look like this, it's very much limiting yourself as to what you're actually going to be able to receive. Okay, and do the work. Let's see. Okay. Being spiritual isn't always easy. It comes with a price, and often that price is time and effort. That is why angels call it light work, because we have to work our light. This isn't spiritual easy. This isn't spiritual vacation. This is spiritual work, and that does mean we have to work. Action, effort, surrender, and trust are needed for things to come together. But when this card appears, you have an important opportunity to figure out the balance between effort and effortlessness. and understand where both of these energies need to move through your being. If you want to abandon a project or walk away from a situation, this card is letting you know that you are needed more than ever. This isn't a time to run away. This is a time to turn up. When you show up ready and willing to do the work, you will move up too. So I connected with that one for sure, because I was ready to walk away from a lot of things through these energies. Like, I was ready to give up. I used those words this week. I give up. I give up. And so I think that message was needed, especially for me. Just that spiritual work is still work. It is still work. It's not always going to feel good. Work rarely feels good. It does take effort, but the having the balance between the effort and the effortlessness, I think that's the part where we have to connect to our intuition the most, is to know when to move and when to just wait, when to just kind of sit, in the energy. And that's kind of like what I like about working with the moon, is because that helps like when to move and when to sit. Because with full moons, that's a time to release. You're not really trying to put things into action during full moons, but yet with new moons, you're setting those new intentions, you're starting new projects, you're moving forward. So like, just having that awareness, just even in other ways energetically, of when to take action and when to just kind of sit back. That's that whole masculine feminine balance of that Mars Venus at work that we've been working through too. Okay, ease and grace. You're being guided to flow like water. Don't feel the need to rush or force your way ahead. A gentle approach will be more rewarding. Have patience and move with subtlety and grace. Your angel guide is encouraging you to see life as a dance. One step at a time, you will make your way through this incredible journey, learning more and growing along the way. How can you move with more elegance? How can you slow down? How can you bring more grace and poise into your current situation? This is a time to soften, breathe, and move in a way that is steady but flowing. This information may come as a surprise or even a challenge to you, but your angels know it will be beneficial for what is coming your way next. And so my connection with that is just, I have been full force for quite a while. Like, when I want things to happen, and this is probably my Capricorn moon that is showing up, but when I want things to happen, I'm just, like, I am pushing so hard. I will push myself, like grind myself to a pulp to make something happen. And I think that this connection here is just like, slow it down. Like, you don't have to rush to get to that place. That place will still come, even if you're not like pushing that same effort. Like, I think that's part of my connection, is that if I'm not just always constantly actively working towards something, I feel like it's not happening. It's just to kind of remember that, like, you set things in motion and you're moving with the flow of things. Like, that water connection of that is that, water is constantly in movement, and you set, like, if you drop a leaf into a creek here, it's going to be taken down the path. And so, like, that's what you're needing to work with. You need to work with those energies around you. You need to be aware of the energies so that you're not having to work as hard and you're not having to put as much effort in. And knowing, like, again, going back to that effort versus effortlessness, knowing where you're going to get the most impact on the efforts that you're doing right now. All right. So now I'm going to use the Golden Future Oracle. So this is about creating new earth. This whole oracle here is about building new earth, which is what I feel like the age of Aquarius is all about. So what guidance do we need for building this new earth? We have Communal markets. Trust that all you need will come to you. So again, there's that trust that what you need, when you need it, will show up. We have, okay, the law. Act with common sense and responsibility. But I want to point out, this is an 11 card and this is a 22 card. So there's the 1122 showing up for me again. Act with common sense and responsibility. So this is like connecting with the justice card, and the justice card is about, your choices are what's creating your reality. So if you didn't like the way that today is turning out, then let's look at what we did yesterday and make, new decisions. And robots. Set yourself free with wisdom. Robots. That one's going to be interesting. I'm not quite sure what the connection on that one is yet. Okay, so communal market. That is page 38. Okay. When you receive this card, you are reminded that giving without expectation or return is a fifth dimensional way of being. Ask Archangel Charity, who is the twin flame of Archangel Shamuel, the Archangel of Love, to open up your heart and mind to abundance consciousness so that you freely give happily and generously. You can bestow goods, love, and care or your time. The wondrous Archangel Charity will respond to your attitude. And when this is selfless and munificent, you will automatically receive tenfold in return. You may not receive exactly what you have given, but it will be something for your highest good. When you lovingly create beautiful things, that energy of love that you pour into your creations will also enrich your life tenfold. This message is of the message of this card is to live with an open, giving heart. This will raise your frequency and that of the recipients of your bounty. This is preparing you for the life of the golden future. So I think this is connecting me back to those expectations. So why are you doing the certain things that you are doing? So what I'm doing right here, this, doing these readings, why am I doing it? It's the reason why I'm doing it to, is it about me? Is it something egoic? Those things are not going to be rewarded. So you're going to have to be, really, what is the word? Your intention is going to matter. With the efforts that you are taking, your intention behind them is going to matter. You're not going to be able to hide that part. So if there's greed at the bottom of anything that you're doing, that's going to be known, and that's not going to be a part of the way of New Earth. And so when you're giving, just because it's something that you love to do, you want to be of service, you want to help, those are the things that are going to start being rewarded in this New Earth energy. Okay. Let's see. We've got the law 22. Let's see. When you receive this card, it suggests that you look at a situation or a relationship in your life with honesty and common sense. Be fair to all sides as you consider things from every angle and take responsibility for your own words or actions. Even more important, look at the thoughts and emotions you hold for those that have helped to attract or create the situation or relationship. It is time to let go of your ego and visualize an outcome that is right and fair and brings happiness to everyone concerned. If you need assistance to take a wise decision, ask Pallas Athena, who is the high priestess in Atlantis and is known as the goddess of truth, to guide you. She understands with compassion all of your underlying motives. She also sees through illusion and will impress truth and integrity into you so that you make choices that are right and just. She will enable your light to shine brightly. So the connection I got from that was just that our choices have to be for the highest good of all, not just for the highest good of self. And so I think that that's part of connected back to the message of this card is just that, like, those intentions, those motives that are underneath that maybe you're not speaking, maybe you don't even realize are going to be seen and known. And those, the negative ones, the selfish ones, those 3D based ones will not be supported in this new earth energy. And then robots. So, like I said, this one I'm quite interested in. Archangel Jophiel, the great golden archangel of wisdom, is bringing forward the freedom for everyone to truly express themselves at a soul level. To enable this to happen, he is overseeing the clever use of robots, which will be programmed intelligently to help humans for the highest and wisest good. Choosing this card suggests that it is time to consider the chores that you currently feel obligated to do. Anything that feels like drudgery or boredom is draining your precious life force. Reflect on what you would do with that energy if you were free to use it as you wished. Let your imagination soar. Your guidance is to do one of two things. You may choose to change your attitude to these jobs so that you can carry them out with joyful fifth dimensional heart. Alternatively, visualize yourself using your energy to do what satisfies you and makes you happy. Then ask Archangel Jophiel to bring your vision into reality. So my connection here is this Pluto in Aquarius, all of the transformations that in technology that will be coming out. And just like, I see people talking about this in two different ways. You've got some people that are completely terrified of the new technology, especially the AI technology that's coming out. There's a lot of people that are talking about that in a very fear-based way. But everything, absolutely everything, has both, the high and low octaves. We have the high vibrational way of using things and the low vibrational way of using things. So everything can be used for good or evil. And so I think that, like, we need to open ourselves up. Like what it was saying is to understand that these technologies can be used to benefit us. They can be used to help bring us more time to be doing the things that we actually want to be doing. We can already look at some of the things that we have in place now and how they've helped to bring more time into our lives. Like, I'm thinking dishwasher and washing machine. My grandmother had one of those washing machines that, like, it had the, like, you had to stick it in the top and do this little crank thing, and it would, like, wring them out that way. And I do remember watching her, do her laundry, and, like, she's got this big barrel thing that she's putting it in, and then she has to, every single item she's having to crank it out, and then she puts them on this clothesline, and you have to wait, usually overnight before you can take them down. Look at how much our life is different from that. I have never had to do laundry like that. And I've got 4 kids, and so I've always had a ton of laundry to do. I cannot imagine having to do it the way that she did it, and how that would have limited my life, because my grandmother, really, what I know, she just devoted her life to her kids. She had 9 kids. So, like, she didn't have passion projects. I never saw her working on anything that I thought, she's doing that because she really enjoys doing it. She was just constantly taking care of the house, taking care of kids, taking care of grandkids. We have built technologies now that are taking care of some of those smaller tasks so that we can focus on the things that help, light up our soul. And that's helping the planet overall when we raise our vibration. Because, like, where did I see this? One person who is in the vibration of love can counteract, I think it was like 70 million people that were in, like, the vibration of fear. And all you're doing is you're walking in this world in that higher vibration state. You're not even doing anything other than you're being high vibrational. And so my connection is that we see the high vibrational way of using the technologies that are coming to us. We don't let it scare us. That's the main thing that we're supposed to be kind of looking at anyways. Moving into this new earth energy, we're not moving through fear. So, like, if you're getting those messages that are, like, yelling, to be afraid. That's the ones that I would kind of like be pulling back from and be looking at that. How is another way to look at this? What is the higher vibrational way to look at that message? Where, if they're showing me fear, there's got to be this other side that I can look at here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards from the tarot. I just want to see, I'm going to pull 3 cards, just the timeline for this week. All right. I'm sure hoping it's just going to be a smooth week. Like, I'm kind of in the mood for boring right now. So what's going on for us this week? Show me what we can expect this week. Okay. All right, so we've got the King of Wands. So that's feeling more confident. That's really, ready to step back out into the world and, make your mark. But then we have the Empress. That is the divine feminine energy. This is about the life that you're creating. It's a confidence. It's like, it's just that knowing. And then the Six of Wands, that is success. So I do feel like we have lighter energy this week, just based off of these 3 cards right here. There's no towers, thankfully. So tell me about this Six of Wands. What is the success going to be? We have the 3 of Cups, the Sun, and the Emperor. Oh my gosh. Okay. We just had the Empress and Emperor come out, and just very few cards here. So the 3 of Cups is about your alignment. This is about the people that you spend most of your time with. And so, like, if you've been having a lot of people falling out in your life, you're about to have a shift in that, where you're going to start meeting the right people, your new connections. And actually, I don't like the way I've been saying that. I need to stop the way that I am saying that. The right people, that's the wrong word. The people you've been connected with were not the wrong people. I don't want to say it like that. They were the right people at that time, at the alignment that you were at in that time. But you have leveled up. You have continued to work on yourself. You have continued to ascend. So you are not aligned with those same people anymore. It's not that they are wrong. They're just not aligned. And so now then you have your newly aligned. This now where you're at here. These are the connections that are showing up, and it's bringing a lot of joy and expansion. This is the happiest card in the deck. So, that makes me really happy that this is what's coming out. And then the Emperor, that's really standing in your power. So with both of these showing up within 6 cards, I feel like there's a lot of balance that happened in this past month, which was exactly what all of that energy was trying to do, was to get you to be both, in your divine feminine and your divine masculine, like what both of those energies represent. And one is about the doing, one is about the actions, the other is about receiving. And so to me, that's getting back to that effortless. And just knowing, when do I pull in my masculine energy? When do I pull in my feminine energy? That's what the balance, that's what the union of those energies really looks like. It's not being, just all one or the other. It's knowing when to use that energy and when to use this one. And so it looks like this week, this is the energy that's kind of getting you where you need to go. It's just sitting in this receptive energy. I'm not going to force things. I'm just going to trust the process. I know that, like I've been putting my creations out. I'm doing it with the right intentions. Like all of these pieces are coming together right here to bring in the success that it's showing us. All right. So what is our best move forward this week with just everything that we have been dealing with? We have the 7 of Cups, the 3 of Wands, and the Hierophant. Okay. So the 7 of Cups is, it's about having options. You have lots of options. And I think that part of the earlier part of this message was that we get so focused, we want it to look a certain way. It has to be show up this way, this person, this situation, this broaden that. Don't be so like you release the outcome. So like understand that there's lots of ways for the thing that you're trying to bring in to come to you. What is the connection I'm getting? Money is the one that a lot of people think that there's like only one way to get money, and it's through work. And I am a person who has experienced money coming in like outside of my efforts at just the right time in ways that I just never even expected. So like 22, when I still had the barbershop, a random person just came in one day and left an envelope for me that had $1,000 in it. Like they had a letter in there. I have no idea who they were. But they had a letter in there that they had been watching me from afar for a while. They loved the work that I was doing. They wanted to encourage me, inspire me, and they just gave me this gift out of nowhere, and it was amazing. And it was actually that money that I used to do the tarot certification. And like I don't know that they even realized what they did to my life, because they were supporting me through my barbershop, and I ended up selling the barbershop not long after that, and I took a whole different direction. But like you have to be open that there are more ways for things to come to you. And so like if you're trying to build a business, just when you start talking to people and start saying like, this is what I'm trying to do, like I'm trying to make this happen, you're starting to spur ideas in all of these other people. And you don't even know like what resources they have available that like maybe like, well, I've had this some people will have, I'm thinking about the barbershop still. Some people will have like home beauty shops and things like that. So I connected with people who had like stuff for the barbershop, and they needed to get rid of it. So I didn't have to buy those things. So like, but I would have even known that if I hadn't had, started having those conversations, starting saying, this is what I'm trying to bring out into the world. This is what I'm trying to create. Like, if I had thought that I have to do this all by myself, I could have panicked over how am I going to get the money to buy all of these things and, come up with all the resources and all of that. But I had to open myself up to be able to receive it from all of these different ways. And so that's what I'm seeing with this card right here, is open yourself up to the possibilities. And then the Three of Wands is about your expectations. So again, it is still coming back to that same message of if you stay so focused that it has to look like this, that's where you're going to get disappointed. That's where disappointment comes from, is when you set your expectation is just immovable. And then the Hierophant is about the belief system. So that's where we're being worked on. So your best move forward is that just kind of broader approach to allow things to come to you, to release some of the expectations and some of those belief systems that have been holding you back. All right. So I think I'm going to stop there. Hopefully you got something of value out of this. If you did get value out of this, I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to this channel, and you can hit the bell for notifications. If you comment, like, and share, that helps to tell the algorithm to keep pushing this out to more people, helps to grow my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I hope that you have been managing this energy better than I have, because I haven't done well at all with it. All right. So I'll see you next time, guys.